Ayahuasca ceremonies, what can you expect and how to prepare? I want to speak from the way that things are run in the center that I work with, because what to expect depends on where you go. Some places you can expect it to be like a spa. There's plenty of these places in Costa Rica that some shamans in Colombia refer to as spahuasca, where every night they bring a different shaman, they hand a different brew, and it's basically psychedelic tourism. It's a great introductory option for some people that want to be in a luxurious place, comfortable, and kind of like dip their toes into different medicines. It is, however, not conducive to going deep within yourself. So if you want a profound healing process, go to a place where there's certain depth, and depth is achieved not by spreading yourself thin, but usually there's one shaman, one medicine, and at least 3 days of process. Now, what to expect? You can expect a couple of things. There's inner expectations and external expectations. Externally, any reliable center is located in nature, meaning that depending on the country that you're attending, or if you're coming to Colombia, it will be either the jungle or the forest. It may be a little chilly at night or a little bit warm. You can expect to be far away from the civilization, far away from your phone, Wi-Fi, social media. You can expect to be in the middle of nature in a way that maybe it's not so usual for you. You can expect for things to be simple. Most temples in Colombia, at least the ones that I have visited, most medicine houses, they're very simple. Why? Well, because it's not a big corporation building them. It's usually a community, a shaman, the people that they work with. It's usually structures that are created with very tight budgets, a lot of love and willing hands, but small pockets. So out of that, you can expect that the community that hosts you is going to do the best to give you the highest degree of comfort they know, but understand that the comfort of an ayahuasca community or an indigenous community and the comfort of a North American or European person there's two different measures to that. So do not expect a vacation. And I will say this is the greatest thing. You can expect it not to be like a vacation, and it shouldn't be like one. If it's pushing your edges, if you're feeling already a little bit tense, just maybe from the sleeping arrangement, maybe from sleeping in nature, maybe from it being a dry toilet, maybe from taking cold showers in the river, that is great because it's taking you out of your patterns, the rigid ways in which you have started to live. Now, number two, what can you expect internally? Hopefully nothing, and I mean it, because whatever you come up with from your mind is coming from the limited ideas, experiences, and assumptions that you have, which, even if you get everything that you want, is coming from a very limited way of thinking. So what you want is, ideally, for the medicine to give you something that you couldn't have even thought you needed. Something so different and radical, but so profound that when you wake up the next day, you think, never in 1,000 years I would have assumed that I had to take care of healing that so that I could live better moving forward. So I invite you not to have expectations. Go with an intention. That's the first breadcrumb into what you want to explore. Have an intention, but do not have strong expectations. You may meet God, the source of creation, travel through the whole cosmos and for 1,000,000 years and come back. You may also just vomit and feel sick and have diarrhea the whole night. Both are equally as meaningful, and whatever you're experiencing is what you needed. Perhaps you needed physical cleansing because you've put a lot of nonsense into your body and into your mind. Or perhaps you were ready and then it showed you something else. Or perhaps it took you through hell because you also were ready for that. How to prepare? Well, that's not something that we can just squeeze into a quick video. In fact, I have a brief preparation program. It's about 6 or 7 lessons, 3 hours total. You can find the link below if you want to sign up. I've made it very affordable for those that are not coming to Colombia. If you're coming to Colombia, it's usually included in your package. But the core of it is to prepare properly. You need a process of purification of your mind, your body, your energies, hopefully also your environment, like your home. And there are ways to do this. So when you come back from the retreat, you don't come back into a place that is a complete mess energetically. You need to be extremely mindful of your diet. This is very, very important because you prepare your space to receive the medicine. The deeper you go, it's also connected to how disciplined you were when you were preparing. How much fuel there is in your system depends how far you can go on your trip. And I've played around with this for many years and done everything against the recommendations, everything to the T. I've prepared for just one day and then also 6-7 months of very strict, disciplined ways. And I found that proper preparation makes a huge difference. Now, something else is part of preparing means that you welcome death. And not to say that you're gonna die in the ceremony, like not physically at least, but you may experience something like that. And you should be open to experiencing that. What is death? That means that the mind and the body are gone. Who you thought you were is gone. If you identify with yourself as your identity, your personality, the body that you have, the greatest transformation can come from realizing that that's not who you are. Realizing that there's something a lot deeper, a lot more profound and essential that is the source and the core of who you are. But to touch that, you need to die. And a lot of you has to go as well if you want for that to be what rules and directs your life moving forward. Meaning your nonsense has to die, your unhealthy habits have to die, your ways of playing small, of thinking you're little, incapable, the ways in which you are insecure or you pretend to be, the ways in which you pretend to be confused and stuck, in which you fall short of your potential. If you feel that you're living life at less than your potential, well, a big part of that informs you that in your heart, you know that you're capable of so much more, but you are not embodying it. Why? Because you're attached to the way that you are. So dying to who you have been makes room for who you can be. And this is one of the greatest ways to prepare. Make a list of everything that you're ready to let go of. And make a list of the things you're not very sure you're ready to let go of. And that is probably what you will benefit the most from checking hands with. Again, this is an internal process where basically you become open for the medicine to teach you and guide you into what is best for you. And what is best for you may be very different from what has been good for you right now. The shoes that you wore up to 4 years old are not the ones that you're going to wear as a teenager or as an adult. Nothing wrong with the shoes, but if you keep trying to force your feet into shoes that are too little for you, you're bound to destroy the shoes and hurt your feet. And people do this with their lives. They age never having grown past who they were in their 20s. Even sometimes less than that, in their teenage years. And that's a tragedy. Just going around in circles until you have wrinkles and white hair. Do not let that happen. Become open for life to touch you, for things to change radically. So that's what you can expect. That life is going to change radically, and the best way to prepare is to be ready for it, to be open to it, and to desire it. I hope it was useful. If you want to drink medicine with us, also the links are below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.